welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. I've finally got round to something which I've been threatening to do for ages, which is build the Skytrex kit of the wash plant. As you can see, it's nearly been done. I've been building it downstairs. I've just brought it upstairs just to lay it on the concrete platform that I've already previously built for it, just to see how it fits and whether an engine will run through it without touching anything. What I've done is, when it was in kit form, I sprayed it with a grey primer, apart from the brushes, which were a sort of yellow, as far as I remember, a yellowy colour anyway. I weathered those straight from the start. They didn't really need too much more, just to separate the flaps, the cloth flaps. So I've sort of weathered those a bit to make make it separate, make the cloth look like it, as I say, like it's been hanging down. The rest of it, once primed, I weathered the corrugated sides and left it at that really. Oh, the base bits I've also sort of painted in a metally finish, but they'll get weathered out a bit more anyway. But then the next job was to glue it together. I've glued it in two halves. Once they were set, the brushes in both sides, once that was set, I've now joined them up. They join up purely with the top cross bits, and that holds the two halves together. I've brought it upstairs just to see whether the train runs through it okay. So just to give it a quick check. Yeah, no problem at all. Yep. So that seems to be okay. What I should do now is take it back downstairs. I've got the white metal bits now to fit and finish onto it. The posts will need cleaning and drilling out so that the railings can be pushed through. There's also a couple of ladders to fit. Once that's all done, they'll need weathering, as will the whole unit. Then I'll need to put it back up here and probably weather it in situ even more, just to let it fit in a bit better. Weather the concrete around it a bit, perhaps with some moss and that left from the water. And even some water splashes, but I haven't decided what that will be yet. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the way it's coming on, so I'll leave it for that and show you a bit later. See you shortly. As you can see, I've done a bit more work on the wash plant. All the metal work is pretty much complete now. I've cut and bent the ladders into the position I wanted them. I've put all the fence posts in position, glued them. I had to drill through first of all to let all the cables go through, or the wire go through, and I bent them all into position. At the ends I've also made an individual one at each end as grips for the ladder. I had a choice whether to paint those before I glued them and pushed them into place. The problem I had was there was so much handling and gluing, etc. I thought if I painted them before, then they would all get messed up. So I decided to just wash them with soapy water and sort of glue and put them in position, and I'll paint them in position or weather them in position. Haven't really decided yet how to do it, but that's pretty much the next job. So I'll continue on with that and show you a bit later. Okay, as you can see, I've done a little bit more. I've pretty much finished the actual unit. I've added the rubber entrance flaps on it, both ends. I've painted the railings and weathered them a little bit. There's a little bit more work still to be done on them, but the rest of the weathering I should probably do when I've fixed the actual wash plant in place. It needs pinning down a little bit because I've noticed one of the bases is curled a little bit, so I'm going to pin it down. That'll stop any movement, stop it accidentally getting knocked and out of position. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably complete the weathering when it's really in position. I'll just show you around the other side. The ladders are in place. So yeah, I've done, as I say, a bit of extra weathering. Pretty pleased with the way it's come out. So I'll leave it at that for a minute and show you when I've done the final weathering in position and fixed it down, etc. So see you in a while. Okay, as you can see, I've added a water inlet pipe, and that's in position, but I've got a bit of a quandary now. I need to pin the unit down to the base, as I mentioned earlier, to keep that bit flat, and I don't want to do further weathering on the base and with it until it's in position. But the problem I've got is I want to add some sort of drainage system on the concrete, certainly in the middle bit if I can, and I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. I've got some ideas, but I haven't got it yet, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get, or be able to adapt something that looks like it. But I want to be able to get at it, so I need to be able to lift the whole model off, so I can't pin it down and glue it down or whatever I'm going to do to it until I've got the drains into position. So rather than keep leaving it and not put a video up, I thought what I'll do is I'll put that video up in this state, not quite finished, the wash plant, but you'll see what I've done, and what I'll do as soon as I've finished it, I'll add it onto another video. So thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye.